Yo! Welcome back to my t-shirt printers. I'm Mike. Let's create something. First off, I hope you're all safe and well and just hunkered down for what's going on at the moment. I know here in the UK, basically like everything is locked down except for obviously the essential shops. So quick shop update, what's happening? Well, not much. So understandable for the time that everything just come to a grinding halt. What can you do? Is what we have to just live with at the moment and get through. So what have you guys been up to? Leave a comment below. Let us know where you are in the world and what you're actually doing. It'd be great to see what you guys are up to. Me? I have been doing a lot of cleaning up. I get to have 2 cups because there's nobody else here. Okay, so today what I thought we could do is Plastisol transfers. I've had some paper sitting back there for quite a while. I've had a whole bunch of sitting back there for quite a while in actual fact. And I thought we could do some Plastisol transfers on the new little press because I found a few things when I was obviously cleaning up. And we can use the little press which I showed you in the last little episode really quickly. I'll leave the link up here. You have to get the sides right. Let me show you the press quick. Okay, so what I thought we could do is use this little press over here. Just the simple little clamps that are put in a piece of wood. If you do want me to show you how easy this is to put together, just let me know in the comments below and I'll do a demonstration on another piece of wood with the same clamps. But it's really simple. We're just going to clamp our screens onto here. And during the cleanup, I actually managed to find something quite nostalgic to me anyway. I found the first screens I ever bought, which were over there. Let me quickly get them. Okay, so these are the first screens that I ever bought. I got them with my my first press that I ever bought, so it brought back a lot of memories to where everything started, which is really cool to see. It's gone from this little screen to the screens back up there. I mean, that's pretty cool. So today we're going to be using these little screens. I've got actually one prepped up in the drying box over there, so we're going to be using that screen today. So what are Plastisol prints good for? Well, they're really good for printing neck labels. They're really good for printing neck labels because you can batch a whole bunch of sizes together, a whole bunch of little designs, and that really saves you money or the customer money. You can do them for some repeat orders. I've even seen people do like really good special effects with Plastisol printing. I mean, there's some crazy stuff out there. The first thing we're going to do is expose our screen, get it all taped up, just set up our little easy press over here, and then get rolling. Let's do this. That's drying, we can just go cut up these transfer sheets. So the transfer sheets that I've got are actually pretty big. They're not small at all. I think they're around maybe A2 in size. So I'm just going to go cut those sheets up a bit so we can use them on our easy press. Then we can tape up the screens, get the ink on, and get going on these transfers. Let's carry on. The next thing to do is it's always good to get the hammer top, especially with these Plastisol transfers. It's with the paper, you got to pre-shrink the paper. It helps with especially when you're printing like multiple colors and everything. It helps with the registration. It even helps if you're doing a double hit of white onto something. So saying you're actually printing, your paper is likely to shrink. So the best thing to do is just switch on your dryer or use your flash if it needs be, and just pop it in your dryer just at a good normal temperature. Me personally, I'll do this just before I'm printing, because if the paper's sitting out for a while, it could get more moisture. You can change things, get into the habit of it. Okay, so let's pre-shrink the paper. Okay, so I've got my pre-shrunk paper, that's all ready, it's all nice and warm. The next thing I just recommend, if you're going to be using something like this, what we need to actually do is put a little bit of an off contact situation going on here. So I'm just going to find a piece of card and tape, and I'm just going to tape this little piece of card just to the bottom of this, just so that we've got that little bit of off contact going on here, that's perfect. Okay, so when you come in to print your transfer sheets, the actual sheet has like a dull side and a shiny side. You want the ink to go onto the shiny side of it. Make sure it's nice and clean as well. So I'm just going to pop that within my little guides that I've kind of made over here. You do get little pieces that you can actually make to hold the edges, so if you're doing multiple prints or multiple colors, you can stay within register. And I've got some clips somewhere, but I have no idea where I put them. I haven't done this for ages. It doesn't matter if you push or pull, you just want to get enough ink down on here to make sure it is. So I'm just going to flood my screen a little bit, make sure I've got enough ink on there. It is the first go, so right, so I'm going to give it a good push. Boom! Instantly, that looks pretty cool. Now obviously this is just this is all wet, so when you don't want to cure this, you just want to what they call gel it. So you want to it just to be on the point where when you touch it, it doesn't come off on your finger. So you just want it to be past that point. So what is best to actually do in your first strunk off is put it on one of your pallets, or get your bring over your flash dryer. I'm not going to bring that thing over here because that thing is way too heavy and it's very hard to rotate. If you've got a rotating one, hey, this is your game. So basically what I want to do is I just want to start off really low to a point where I can touch it and it doesn't come off on my finger. So I actually want to start off where it's wet on my finger when I touch it, and just progressively just take it a little bit warmer and maybe just a little bit longer duration under the flash. So let's put it on under the flash. What you definitely want to do is just make a note, just on print off a spare one, and just keep that aside so you know what to do the next time you come around to it. So basically I've just written down on my one the 35% for 8 seconds, and I'm happy with how it's just tacky, it's not coming off my fingers anywhere. And make sure you test all around from the bottom to the top and the center, and then just make sure nothing comes off. If you're happy with where you are, then make sure you got a note of it, because then you can come back later when you haven't printed it for a while like me, and now I can remember exactly where I am. Another thing to look for is if I've just got my blade here and I'm just peeling up the edges just to see how rubbery it is. Peeling up the edge and just seeing if it's got a little bit of elasticity to it, which is perfect, and mine does, so that's cool. And that is what you're looking for. You just want it to be like an elastic bang, and that's perfect. So with all that done, let's go press these upstairs on some test fabric. I've got my press set on 190 degrees Celsius. My future self will let you know what that is in Fahrenheit. So I have got my sample piece of fabric here that I'm going to be pressing onto. Now the key thing here is you've got to pre-press your item for at least 5 seconds. That just dries out all the moisture and gives your Plastisol print as much chance as it can to be able to actually bond to the fabric. So I'm going to press my sample fabric and the Teflon sheet at the same time. Just want to warm everything up just for 5 seconds, release that. So I'm going to just swing that out the way, pop that up there really quickly. I'm going to just put this over here in a nice clean area. I'm going to pop my Teflon sheet back on, swing that over, press it down. Now I'm going to press this for 8 seconds, 190 degrees. As soon as 8 seconds is up, pop it open, swing that out the way, Teflon sheet off, and peel back. Woo! That looks awesome. So just to quickly point out before I show you this, is when you peel that back, you can see how much is actually left on here. Just wait for it. that is how much is left on your actual transfer paper. So when you see this, don't get it fried. It's all on here and it looks sweet. Okay, so that brings us to the end of today's episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys are up to under lockdown and wherever you are in the world. It'd be great to hear from you guys. Don't forget to head on to our social channels. Drop us a line. I'd love to hear from you guys. Most of all, stay safe, keep creating. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, smash the like button. And until next time, I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out of here.